It's Friday, which means it's time to deploy. I had a great week. I hope you guys did as well. Matt, Charlotte, how are things? How are things on your end?
Good. Charlotte, how was your week?
Yeah, they're good. Been busy planning for the next sort of report and project, but yeah, it's been good. The weather's been nice. Yeah, actually lost power this morning, so that was interesting. So late start,
Okay.
but yeah, for work it's been great.
So tell us a little bit about what you're working on, Charlotte. I have a feeling it has to do with something about reporting, some kind of data, that sort of thing. Am I close? Am I accurate?
Yes, you're right. So I've actually went on a deep dive into the new DORA report this week. So I've got the next sort of report I'm working on is an AI mini report. That's what we call it at Octopus. And this DORA report was awesome in like kind of directing what I'm going to go into, I guess, start looking at. So this report, it is kind of ties in from the previous report really well, and obviously we are a gold sponsor. Octopus is a gold sponsor of this one, which is great. But it's really interesting because rather than, I guess, asking whether we should implement AI, it's kind of how we're using it. That's the question here. So essentially, the overarching theme is that it amplifies, I guess, team effectiveness. So if high-performing teams use it, it's really going to strengthen their abilities. But if low-performing or struggling teams use it, it'll actually negatively impact them. And so what I really liked particularly was the part on platform engineering, which is really cool because that's where a lot of my research is focused on lately, is similar sort of concept in that, like, if you have a good quality internal platform, the organization is benefiting a lot from it, and AI actually plays a big role in having a positive impact on that. So, like, yeah, it's kind of it's interesting the way they've analyzed it, but I really think that finding is important because it's showing that platform engineering is really important to how AI is also impacting an organization. I really
Thoughts
like
on that, Matt?
Yeah, it's I haven't read the report yet. I've got some weekend reading to do. I've got it downloaded and ready to go. But yeah, this is the evolution of DORA's well-known state of DevOps report. So yeah, this will be really good to read. Obviously, it's now moving into AI-assisted software development. So there you go. But yeah, those are some cool takeaways there, Charlotte. It's good to be able to correlate some of these things as well, not just have some anecdotal, comments around whether these things are impacting or not. So yeah, I love that we're able to now tie this back to real data and real results of what's moving the needle and maybe what isn't as well.
And speaking of which, we'll be actually conducting a webinar in October. So we haven't announced it yet, but we will be doing that, and it will probably be in the first couple of weeks of October. So stay tuned for that announcement. We'll probably mention it on the next Deploy on Friday when we're ready to do that. And Charlotte, you're working on obviously a lot of survey data. Tell us a little bit about the platform engineering survey, that future of platform engineering survey. What's this all about?
Yeah, so this is actually open now. So it's for anyone who is involved in platform engineering at all. Please take my survey. It essentially is an extension of the previous survey, which we ran last year. And we do want to just find a bit more, I guess, a deeper dive of how platforms are implemented in organizations and whether they do sort of match theoretical ideals of how we think it's implemented. So it's just going into a bit more about standardization, organizational performance, and again, just a bit more about the adoption strategies. So please take it. It's available now, and I'd really love everyone to take it.
I'm begging you, please let us know.
I need those survey responses. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, future of platform engineering. I'm imagining that we're going to try and identify trends, etc., that folks are seeing in platform engineering. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. And how, I guess, this fits within an organization and how it works with other sort of teams within the organization and how it performs, and just like identifying the best practices. Yeah.
Awesome. Matt, you wrote a blog post entitled Adoption Strategies for Internal Platforms. What's this all about?
I did. It's all about platform engineering at the moment, isn't it? So, yeah, this was one. It ties nicely into what Charlotte was just talking about, and it's just actually this flows on from the webinar that Steve and I did last week as well. That was the core theme of it. It's really around if you're going to go down the path of creating a platform, an internal developer platform as an organization. You've got a choice to make towards the start or anywhere through that journey, I guess. Do you make the platform mandatory, like you must use this platform if you are going to do X, Y, Z? Or do you as an organization choose to make the platform optional and instead maybe think about having your policies as the mandatory thing? So, saying that we need to have security scanning in our builds and our infrastructure needs to have cryptographic keys, done in this order, which leads into having Terraform, templates or infrastructure as code templates and all that sort of thing. And therefore, if you've got to adhere to those policies that the organization sets anyway, then ideally, even if you're not forced into it, ideally using the platform is, air quotes, the golden path to get you there faster anyway. So you will be inclined to use it, even if you're not forced into it. So yeah, the blog is just unpacking that idea, having a look at some of the data and the results that we had in the report that Charlotte mentioned as well. And yeah, there's a bit of a story about how over 10 years ago, the team I was in, we kind of accidentally built a tool that ended up being a really cool tool, and it was an optional tool that our service desk could use.
Right.
But they ended up using it 100% of the time because it made everyone's lives better. So yeah, go ahead and read that for the information on that.
Awesome stuff. We've been pretty busy with, as you said, lots of webinars, etc. This was one that we hosted earlier today. This was a first look at Platform Hub. Matt was obviously part of this, along with Venk and Ships, where they kind of highlighted everything that's new in this space. Is a brand new sort of offering from us, Platform Hub, which allows you to define process templates along with policies to help control how you author your deployment processes going forward. And this is awesome stuff. So how was this webinar? Lots of fun?
It was really good. I mean, Ships and Venk, they obviously really know their stuff and sort of took us through the why, what are the problems that we're trying to solve, and then a couple of product demos on how both the process templates and the policies work. We had really good interaction from those that were live as well. Lots of great questions, just thinking about different use cases, and of course I was just shooting those straight off to Venk and Ships, who were able to answer them really well. So yeah, great job. It was a fun webinar this morning. So yeah.
Yeah, we had about 90 or so people register, and we had about 66 people show up. It's not all the registrants, obviously, but we also live stream our webinars, as most folks know. So yeah, that was awesome. Good stuff. There's also a new Exploring Octopus video from you, Matt. This is on IP address allow list in Octopus Cloud.
Yeah, I went and hijacked a new feature that just went to cloud earlier this week. I think that shipped on Monday. And I was meant to do another video, and I'm like, oh, this looks shiny and new. I'll do it on this instead. So,
ooh, piece of candy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The team have done a great thing here. The long story short is in Octopus Cloud, you can now use this capability to put some IP address restrictions on who can access your Octopus Cloud instance. So if you have the requirement for wanting to control which public IP addresses can access your Octopus instance, and you may want your traffic to come through your organization. Your users might VPN into your enterprise network, and you want to tunnel it through there. You can now set up these IP address lists to control that. And the thing that I like about this as well is that it can be paired with another capability that we brought to market a couple of months ago, which is around having an Azure private link on your Octopus instance. So if you have the Azure private link, you can then really say, I don't want to allow any public IP addresses, access to my Octopus instance, and then everything is coming through that private backbone that on your Azure virtual network through to the Octopus Cloud instance. So this is a really cool feature because there's a lot of customers who will look to self-host Octopus server in their own environment to have these sort of controls. But now that we make that available on Octopus Cloud, it sort of just opens up that door a little bit more for that being the last sticking point for some organizations that might have been looking at Octopus Cloud, but this wasn't really there. So now it is, and yeah, go check it out.
Very good. We also did a video, you and I, of our event that we did in Perth. This is for DDD Perth. And this was a vlog that you and I recorded on site. And so we were at the Optus Stadium in Perth. And we met with 1,000 other maybe 1,000 developers at this event, and we had a good time chatting with them, asking them questions, etc. So we had a lot of fun doing this, and a little vlog here. Talked to a bunch of folks there, along with a few Octonauts that were there with us. And so if you want to check that out, you can check that out on our YouTube channel. And this is another new blog post, another new YouTube video, which is featuring Joanna, who's our Chief Marketing Officer at Octopus Deploy. And so this is our latest edition of Life at Octopus. And I interviewed Joanna to talk about marketing, etc. So if you want to check that out, that's up on our YouTube channel as well. And then we also have this video. We've had a lot of videos. We did this video, which is introducing process templates. Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
I was just going to say, it's no wonder we're all looking tired this week. It's we've done a lot this week.
Speak for yourself. Yeah. I look amazing. I'm kidding. This is a introducing process template video. This is a video that I did just kind of highlighting what the feature is all about, and it's like no sales pitch, nothing, just bare bones. Like, this is what it is. This is how it works, etc. So if you want to check it out, it's up on our YouTube channel as well. Awesome stuff. And now it is time for everyone's favorite segment called Deploy on Friday. All right, so this is the part of the show where we take a post on our Slack channel, which is the advice channel for our community Slack, and we talk a little bit about it. Lino asked, has anyone tried the new MCP server? We mentioned this during the last Deploy on Friday. We thought we'd just take this opportunity to talk a little bit about it. This is now available up on LinkedIn. So if you go to our LinkedIn repo, you can see it there. You'll be able to view all the source. It's written in TypeScript and gives you kind of the how-to of setting this thing up. So this is based on obviously the MCP or the Model Context Protocol, which allows us to build the MCP server. And then you use this and run it in a number of different ways. Primarily, you can use it either as a command line and integration, or you can run it via Docker. So we now have the container up on Docker Hub, which you can now use if you so wish. And this will allow you to run the MCP server and then utilize it with an agent like Claude Desktop, Claude Code, Cursor, etc. So that gives you the configs there. And then once this is ready to go, you can start issuing commands against the MCP server that we have, which will talk to your instance of Octopus. And so there we go. We are slowly marching our way up the stack to AI awesomeness. And this is part of that story, along with the AI assistant, our MCP server. And so if you want to check this out, you can find it up on GitHub, which is awesome. So lots of really good stuff here. We're going to cut it a little bit short. We have way too much content. Just wanted to provide the links there so you guys are all aware. And any final thoughts or words before we wrap it up for this edition of Deploy on Friday?
No, I think that's it, John. Nothing more from me. There was plenty there.
Awesome. All right. Well, happy deployments, everyone. We'll see you next week on the next Deploy on Friday.